All right. Let's dive into Lemuria specifically.
Yeah.
The idea of Telos, this underground city claiming a Lemurian heritage.
Right.
And these sources are, they're pretty interesting, right? We got translated excerpts from a book, and we've got channeled messages.
It is a really interesting combination.
Yeah. I'm really curious what we're going to find here.
I think it's going to be pretty wild.
Yeah.
What we see in both of these sources is that Lemuria is this fifth-dimensional paradise millions of years ago, where humans lived in harmony with nature and each other, and they have this advanced technology and a deep connection to what they call the source of love.
Fifth dimensional. What does that even mean?
Wait,
that sounds like a sci-fi movie.
It kind of does.
Right.
Think about it like this.
Okay.
It's not a physical dimension like the ones we experience, right? Instead, they describe it as a higher state of consciousness or vibration.
Okay.
So in this fifth dimension, humans were supposedly much more spiritually evolved. They lived in unity. And experienced a level of peace and connection that I think we can barely even fathom today.
So if Lemuria was this paradise, why isn't it around anymore?
Yeah, that's the big question.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Well, the sources suggest that humanity actually chose to experience separation from the source of love.
Hold on.
It's kind of like a reverse Garden of Eden story.
Wait.
Where instead of being banished from paradise, we chose to leave.
We chose to leave.
That's what it says.
That doesn't make sense.
Well,
why would we leave such an awesome place?
It's a pretty crazy concept.
It really is.
The sources don't really give us clear-cut answers.
Okay.
But maybe we could look at it symbolically.
Right.
This idea of separation from the divine source is a recurring theme in a lot of spiritual traditions, right?
That's true. I've seen this before.
You've seen it
in my own exploration,
Absolutely.
But what could it represent? And how does this connect to Telos at all?
Well, maybe this choice symbolizes like a human desire for individuality and maybe for exploring a wider range of experiences, both light and shadow. Like we wanted to understand the full spectrum of existence, even if it meant experiencing separation and hardship.
Okay, I get it.
And as for Telos, this is where it gets really interesting. Telos is this hidden city of light. It's like a sanctuary where the Lemurian consciousness still thrives. And supposedly, it's located beneath Mount Shasta in California.
So like a secret haven.
Yeah, it's kind of this hidden...
Keeping those Lemurian ideals alive.
Yeah, keeping it going.
Now it even mentions that Telosians are living among us in disguise.
Right.
They're getting ready for this eventual reunion of the two worlds.
They are.
Do they mention how many Telosians there are? What are their goals?
The details are pretty vague on that. But what they do say is that Telos will only become visible to those who have raised their vibrations.
So what does that mean?
So basically, only those who have aligned themselves with that Lemurian ideal of spiritual evolution will even be able to perceive it.
So it's not like a physical place?
No, it's not a physical place. You can't just stumble
upon it.
Right, exactly.
It's
like a state of being you have to reach.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it all comes back to this idea of choice.
Yeah.
Actively choosing to grow spiritually to be able to access this world.
That's what they're saying.
Okay. Now, the sources mention this guy named Adama quite a bit.
Adama.
Who is he?
He's presented as a high priest and leader of Telos.
Yeah. Okay.
He often communicates through these channeled messages.
Okay.
He's kind of like this father figure guiding humanity back to its Lemurian roots.
Yeah, I noticed that he dedicated the book to the resurgence of Lemurian consciousness. It seems like he's very invested in bringing these teachings back.
He really
is. To the forefront.
Absolutely.
What are some of his key messages?
Well,
what does he want us to know?
He really emphasizes spiritual growth and self-mastery. He says that true transformation comes from within and not from any external solutions. He's specifically cautious about using drugs as a way to achieve spiritual enlightenment or escape reality.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
What are his views on drugs?
So he sees addiction as a form of spiritual enslavement. And he attributes it to negative entities that latch on to those who use mind-altering substances. He sees drug use as a distraction from the true path of spiritual evolution.
Wow, that's a pretty strong stance.
It is.
Especially with everything going on in the world these days.
It's a very different perspective.
Yeah, where certain drugs are being accepted.
It is interesting.
He also talks about a coming war that will usher in a positive change, right?
He does.
And he kind of connects this to the New World Order conspiracy theory.
He does, yeah.
Can you unpack that a little bit?
So he believes this New World Order, this shadowy group vying for global control, is deliberately suppressing spiritual awakening because it threatens their power. And he predicts their downfall.
He sees the coming conflict as a necessary step towards a more positive future.
So there's a sense of urgency,
definitely,
a call to action
there is
in his messages.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he also talks about surrendering to the divine will.
He does.
How do these two ideas fit together?
That's a great point.
Fighting for change and surrendering to a higher power.
Yeah.
It seems a bit contradictory, don't you think?
It does seem a little paradoxical. Maybe it reflects this Lemurian belief that true power comes from aligning with the divine plan. Even in the midst of chaos and conflict. It's almost like this dance between action and surrender. It's definitely something to think about.
It is. It is. The source material also dives into some specific spiritual techniques. One that stood out to me was the visualization of something called the heart of diamond. To overcome fear.
The heart of diamonds. Can you tell me more about that?
From what I understand, the heart of diamond represents pure courage and resilience. And it's deeply connected to this idea of surrendering to divine will. By visualizing it, you're supposed to tap into your own inner strength and overcome limiting beliefs, especially those rooted in fear. It's like accessing this wellspring of courage within yourself.
That sounds pretty powerful.
It does.
Have you ever come across the heart of diamond imagery or visualization practices like this before?
Yeah. Visualization is a common practice in a lot of different cultural traditions. And this heart of diamond imagery aligns with the broader theme of harnessing inner power for transformation that we see throughout the source material.
It suggests that spiritual evolution in the Lemurian or Telosian model emphasizes personal responsibility and self-empowerment.
Absolutely.
It's about taking an active role in your own spiritual growth rather than relying on external forces.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your own destiny.
We also see a lot of emphasis on working with the violet flame for transmutation and healing.
The violet flame, yes.
Can you explain what that is and how it's used?
So the violet flame is this powerful symbol of spiritual alchemy. It represents the ability to transform negative energies into positive ones. It's often invoked for purification, forgiveness, and clearing karmic blockages. Imagine it as a spiritual cleansing fire that burns away negativity and makes space for light and healing.
So if you're feeling stressed or anxious or stuck in some kind of negative pattern, you can call upon the violet flame to help shift those energies.
Absolutely. It's a tool for raising your vibration and aligning yourself with those higher frequencies that are characteristic of the Lemurian consciousness.
So it seems like this recurring theme
it is,
in these teachings is taking personal responsibility for your own energy and aligning yourself with those higher vibrations.
Exactly.
It's not just about passively waiting for a utopian future.
It's about
actively participating
taking part
in creating it. But Adama isn't the only voice we hear from Telos.
No, he's not.
His sister Celestia offers a different perspective.
She does. She does.
Can you tell me about her and her teachings?
So her messages have a softer, more nurturing tone than Adama's. But they really complement his teachings beautifully. She focuses on the evolving human body, particularly the pineal and pituitary glands, and their role in spiritual development.
It's fascinating how she links these physical structures to our spiritual evolution.
It really is. It's really interesting.
What does she have to say about their role?
Well,
What's the connection between these glands and our spiritual growth?
She believes the pineal gland is key to developing telepathic abilities.
Okay.
Which she sees as becoming commonplace in the future as we evolve.
So no telepathic shortcut to enlightenment then?
It seems not.
Okay.
It's about integrating these abilities into a holistic spiritual path that honors both our individual and collective evolution.
Okay. What about the pituitary gland?
So she sees the pituitary gland as governing the endocrine system.
Okay.
And she believes it holds a lot of the limitations that humans have imposed on themselves over lifetimes of separation and duality. So as we awaken spiritually, she suggests that the pituitary gland will play a key role in transforming those limitations, leading to greater physical health and well-being.
It's like our physical bodies are evolving alongside our consciousness.
It's a really interesting concept.
It really is.
Isn't it?
She also talks about the earth itself evolving.
And she does.
Becoming more crystalline.
Right, and that ties back to the crystal technology that's supposedly used in Telos.
Speaking of crystals and unexpected twists, we can't forget about the dragons.
The dragons, I know.
Who would have thought dragons would be part of the Lemurian narrative?
I never know.
That was a bit of a surprise.
It was a surprise to me, too.
You really won't.
When I first read it.
Yeah. So we're introduced to Antherus, this 30-foot tall,
30 feet tall,
dragon guardian who offers guidance and support to those seeking a connection with Lemuria.
He does. He does.
Wow, a 30-foot dragon.
It's quite an image.
It is.
And is it?
I'm really intrigued by his offer to connect in the dream state.
The dream state.
Dreams have always held this sort of mystical allure.
They really have.
And this idea of a dragon guide appearing in my dreams is
pretty wild.
Both fascinating and a little bit intimidating.
I can imagine.
What do you make of this?
Well, dragons have always been associated with magic and wisdom and, access to realms beyond ordinary perception. So maybe this invitation to connect with Antherus in the dream state is a way of tapping into those non-ordinary states of consciousness for guidance and insight.
Okay, so tapping into the power of dreams.
Yeah, the power of dreams, absolutely.
For guidance. What about this crystal technology?
Okay, so the crystal technology...
How's it used in Telos?
Well, from what I understand, it's used for a wide range of things, from healing energy work to construction transportation. It's supposed to be highly advanced, far beyond anything we have here.
It really paints this picture of a civilization that's mastered a very different approach to science and technology.
It does.
One that's in tune with nature and spiritual principles. But the story doesn't end there, does it?
It does not.
We get introduced to another underground civilization.
Yeah, we do.
And this one comes from Atlantis.
This one does come from Atlantis, that's right.
So we have Posid, this Atlantean city that's supposedly collaborating with Telos.
Supposedly collaborating.
And there's this representative named Galatrol, who offers an olive branch, acknowledging the past misuse of power.
They do acknowledge that.
By Atlanteans and emphasizing their commitment to healing.
They do, they do.
And serving the earth. How does the inclusion of Atlanteans change the narrative? Because we typically hear about Lemuria and Atlantis as separate, often contrasting civilizations.
It's an interesting twist, right?
It is.
Their collaboration suggests like a movement towards unity and reconciliation, overcoming past conflicts, integrating diverse perspectives.
Okay, so they're working together.
They're working together to
help us.
Exactly.
Galatrol even offers a meditation to help us cleanse old Atlantean vibrations.
They do.
So it's like a collective process of healing and forgiveness for past mistakes.
Yeah. It is interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. Yeah. There's definitely a theme of redemption emerging here.
There is.
And then we have this detail about the children from Telos being assigned as guides to help us rediscover joy and imagination.
That's so sweet.
That's such a sweet image.
It is. It is.
It is.
It speaks to the Lemurian value of playfulness, which is seen as essential for creativity and manifestation.
Okay.
And these children embody that lighthearted energy.
Yeah.
reminding us to embrace the joy of creation.
It's almost like an invitation to reconnect with our own inner child.
Our inner child,
to tap into that pure, unbridled sense of wonder.
Absolutely.
So can you tell me more about the importance of playfulness in Lemurian philosophy? And how does that connect to their concept of manifestation?
So from what the sources tell us, Lemurians didn't see playfulness as frivolous. They saw it as a powerful creative force. They believed that by tapping into this childlike energy, we could more easily manifest our desires and shape our reality.
So it's a reminder to
approach life with a sense of lightness and joy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when dealing with serious matters.
Yeah, even when things are tough.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So we've explored the history of Lemuria. We've delved into the mysteries of Telos. We've met some interesting characters.
We really have.
Like Adama and Celestia. And even a dragon named Antharis.
Yeah, even Antharis the dragon.
It's been quite a journey.
It has been a journey.
Where is it all leading?
Where is it all leading?
What's the ultimate goal? What are they trying to tell us?
The source material describes a really grand vision. It's the merging of Telos and the surface world. Creating a new Lemuria. A utopia where humanity lives in harmony with nature and its own divine potential. It's like we've finally healed the separation that began so long ago in Lemuria.
That sounds amazing.
I know, right?
Wow.
How is that going to happen?
It seems almost too good to be true.
It does, yeah.
Doesn't it?
But the source material suggests that it's a co-creative process, a merging of energies and intentions between those in Telos and those on the surface. So we're not just waiting for them to...
No, we're not just sitting around. We're not just waiting.
We're actively participating.
We're taking part.
We're creating the conditions for this merging. So what would that look like?
Yeah, what would that look like? What are some of the specifics?
Yeah, what are they telling us?
Yeah, what are some of the details?
Well, they mention scientific measurements and energy monitoring around Mount Shasta.
Interesting.
Suggesting a deliberate process is underway.
So they're actually measuring stuff.
Yeah, they're monitoring. There's talk of portals opening.
Enabling interdimensional travel.
Between Telos and the surface.
That's what they say.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's a strong emphasis on building communities and strengthening heart-centered connections on the surface. So aligning our vibrational with that of Telos.
Exactly. So it's not just wishful thinking.
No, it's not just a hope.
It's about taking practical steps.
It's about doing something.
Both individually and collectively.
It's a group effort.
To make this vision a reality.
A reality, yeah.
And it sounds like they're saying that this merging is already underway.
It's happening now.
You might not see it.
You might not see it.
But the energetic shifts are happening.
But it's happening.
That's exciting.
I know, isn't it?
It also feels a little...
It does.
It feels like...
It does.
A lot of responsibility.
The sources acknowledge that, though, right?
You do. They do.
They emphasize the importance of staying grounded.
Staying grounded, yeah. Centered.
Yeah, heart-focused.
Heart-focused, yeah.
As we navigate these changing times.
Absolutely.
So as the world seemingly gets crazier, we need to become even more anchored in love and compassion.
It's almost like the antidote to all the craziness.
It is.
So we've covered so much in this dive already.
From personal transformation practices to the global merging of worlds.
So a whole new world.
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot, yeah.
But before we wrap up, I want to go back to something we talked about earlier. The source material mentions that the original Lemurian teachings aren't around anymore.
They're gone.
They've been corrupted over time.
They've been corrupted, that's right.
So if the original teachings are lost, how can we be sure?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
it's a real dilemma, isn't it? How do we separate truth from fiction?
It is.
When we're dealing with this kind of information that's been passed down through generations and translated and, potentially distorted over time.
Especially if something as ancient as Lemuria.
Exactly.
So how do we navigate this?
That's the question.
How can we know?
Yeah.
If what we're reading is authentic?
It's tough.
Yes.
It is. Well, the source material actually offers some guidance on this.
Okay.
Remember Adama's advice about letting information ring true in your heart.
Right.
He suggests that we use our intuition.
Okay.
That inner knowing.
So it's about trusting our gut feel?
That inner compass.
Okay.
That tells you whether something feels aligned or not.
So we're not just empty vessels being filled with information.
Blank slates.
We bring our own wisdom and discernment to the table.
Absolutely. We bring everything we've learned.
Yeah.
And all of our experience.
We each have our own inner guidance system we rely on.
Okay, I like that.
The source material emphasizes that true spiritual growth isn't about accumulating knowledge. It's about embodying wisdom.
So it's about integrating these teachings into our lives and our actions.
Into your life, into your actions, yeah.
It's like the difference between reading a cookbook and actually cooking a meal.
That's a good one.
You can have all the recipes in the world, but it's the act of cooking, application of that knowledge that truly nourish us.
Absolutely. That's a great analogy.
And speaking of application, the source material is filled with practical tools and techniques that we can experiment with, see what resonates, and observe how they impact our lives.
That's the key, right?
Yeah.
You got to try it out and see what happens. Like the Heart of Diamond meditation, working with the violet flame, or even connecting with that Telos child guide.
Yeah, try it out.
It's about putting these concepts into practice.
Absolutely.
And seeing what results they yield.
That's it.
But what about manipulation?
Okay.
Adama even mentions people distorting Lemurian teachings for personal gain.
Yeah, he does mention that.
How can we protect ourselves from that?
That's a valid concern.
It is.
And it really underscores the importance of developing your inner compass, that intuitive sense of what feels true and authentic. It's also about being aware of common red flags.
So what are some red flags?
Things like grandiose claims. Or promises of quick fixes. Or teachings that focus on external power rather than inner transformation.
So does the information empower you?
That's the question.
Or make you dependent on someone or something? Outside yourself?
Does it make you feel stronger? Or does it make you feel like you need something else?
So it's about approaching spiritual information with a healthy dose of skepticism.
I think so.
Not out of cynicism, but out of a desire to find what's genuinely helpful.
What's going to help you on your path.
And aligned with our highest good.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's a journey, right? It's not a destination. We're all learning and evolving. And it's okay to change your mind. Refine your understanding. And even let go of beliefs that no longer serve you.
That's reassuring.
It's okay to let go. You don't have to hold on to everything forever.
It takes the pressure off.
It does.
It's more about staying open.
Yeah, stay curious.
Be open.
And committed to the process of growth.
It's all about the journey.
So we've been talking about this idea of discernment, especially when navigating these teachings. Right. But I want to kind of shift gears a little bit and delve into some of the practical steps that the source material suggests for connecting with our Lemurian heritage and contributing to this transformation.
So what do we actually do?
Yeah, what do we do?
How do we put this into practice?
So we talked earlier about raising our vibrations as a key element of this process.
Right.
But what does that actually mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
How do we do that?
What are we actually supposed to do?
In a practical, everyday sense.
Remember how they describe Lemuria as this society rooted in harmony and love and connection to the source of love? So raising your vibration is basically about aligning yourself with those qualities. Both within yourself and in your interactions with the world.
So it's about embodying those Lemurian ideals in our daily lives, bringing it into your life every single day.
And they offer some specific practices we can incorporate.
Right, like Adama talks about aligning with the will of God. Which can sound a bit abstract.
It does sound a bit abstract.
He offers a really beautiful meditation. Using that Heart of Diamond visualization.
So that idea of surrendering to a higher power.
Exactly.
But how do we actually do that?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think of it as connecting with your own inner wisdom. That deeper knowing that's already inside you. It's about releasing fear and doubt and trusting that you are guided and supported.
Even when things are tough.
Yeah, even when things get rough.
So the Heart of Diamond meditation is a way to access...
It's a way to get to that place.
That state of trust and courage
Yeah, a place of strength.
It's like tapping into this unshakable inner knowing that everything is unfolding as it should.
That you're on the right path.
What other practical steps can we take?
Well, remember the violet flame.
Yeah.
That's not just a mystical concept.
Okay.
It's a tool you can use every day to transmute those negative energies and create more harmony within yourself and in your interactions with others.
So if I'm feeling stressed or anxious or
if you're feeling down,
caught up in conflict, I could visualize the violet flame to help shift those energies.
It can help.
And Celestia talks about working with
she does
the pineal and pituitary glands. Are there specific techniques for that?
She doesn't get into a lot of detail, but she does emphasize the importance of heart-centered awareness.
So it's about balancing these intuitive insights with compassion and wisdom.
It's about using your powers for good.
So no telepathic shortcuts to enlightenment then?
No, there's no easy way out.
Okay.
It's about integrating these evolving abilities into a holistic spiritual path.
That honors both our individual and collective evolution.
Individual and collective, that's it.
This all sounds like a pretty major lifestyle shift.
It is a big change.
Okay.
How do we navigate
That's the question.
this transformation?
Yeah. How do we do it?
While still living in this world that often feels chaotic and out of alignment with these higher ideals.
Yeah, it can be tough.
It can be challenging to maintain those high vibrations.
It can be.
When you're surrounded by negativity.
Absolutely. That's where community comes in.
Okay.
Remember how they talk about Telos as a society that embodies these principles?
Okay.
Living in harmony and cooperation?
Yeah.
So the sources suggest that
you can create similar communities on the surface.
Okay.
Even if they start small.
So it's about finding like-minded individuals.
Find your people.
Supporting each other's growth.
Support each other.
And creating these pockets of higher consciousness within the existing world.
You got it.
And the children of Telos play a role in this too, right?
They do.
They're not just cute sidekicks.
No. They're not just there for fun.
They embody something essential.
Yeah, they embody
see this transformation.
That lighthearted energy.
Right, that joy.
So it's about tapping into that childlike sense of wonder and possibility.
And remember, anything is possible.
That belief that anything is possible.
Yeah, that's the key.
Okay.
And the sources even suggest that you can connect with these Telos children as guides.
Okay.
Inviting that playful energy into your life.
So imagine having a childlike companion. Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun?
That reminds you.
Yeah, someone to remind you.
Lighten up.
To lighten up.
Have fun. Approach life with a sense of adventure.
Yeah, like every day is an adventure.
So we have all these practical tools.
Yeah, we have a lot of things we can try.
And techniques.
Yeah.
But what about the big picture?
The big picture.
You know, the sources talk about this grand vision of a new Lemuria.
A new Lemuria.
Emerging. But how does that actually happen?
That's the big question, right?
It seems almost too good to be true.
It does seem that way.
It's a bold vision.
It is a bold vision.
And the source material suggests that it's a co-creative process.
Yeah, we're all part of it.
A merging of energies and intentions between those in Telos and those on the surface.
Yeah, we're working together.
So we're not just casting.
Waiting for them to emerge. You know, we've got to do something.
We're actively participating.
Yeah, we're actively participating.
In creating the conditions for this merging to occur.
That's what they're saying.
So it's about aligning our vibration with theirs.
Aligning the vibration.
Building that energetic bridge that allows for this transformation to take place.
You got it.
It's about becoming a living embodiment of those Lemurian ideals, radiating that energy outward into the world.
You got it.
And they even mention some concrete events, like portals opening and scientific measurements being taken.
Right around Mount Shasta?
Right around Mount Shasta. Yeah. What do we make of those?
It's interesting, right?
It is.
That they blend these spiritual concepts with more tangible scientific elements.
It suggests that this transformation is happening on multiple levels.
Multiple levels, both energetic
and physical.
And physical.
No, it's not just wishful thinking.
It's not just hoping for the best.
It's about taking practical steps.
It's about taking action.
Both individually.
Yeah, you got to do your part.
And collectively.
And we got to work together.
To make this vision a reality.
To make it happen.
And it sounds like they're saying that this merging is already underway.
It's happening now.
We may not be able to see it.
Yeah, we might not see it.
With our physical eyes.
Yeah.
Not yet.
But the energetic shifts are happening.
Happening on a deeper level.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty exciting.
It is exciting.
But also a little daunting.
Yeah. It is a little overwhelming.
It feels like a lot of responsibility.
It is a lot.
And they acknowledge that.
They do acknowledge that.
They emphasize the importance of staying grounded.
Yes, stay grounded.
Centered.
And heart focused.
Yeah, stay focused on your heart.
As we navigate these changing times.
Because things are changing.
Yeah, really are.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like the world is getting crazier and crazier.
It feels like it.
Yeah, and we've got to anchor ourselves in love and compassion.
Yeah.
It's the only way through.
It's almost like the antidote.
Yeah, it's like the medicine, all the craziness.
That's a good way to put it.
So we've covered a lot of ground.
We have covered a lot.
From the personal.
Yeah, from the personal to the global.
Yeah.
It's a lot to process.
It really is.
But before we wrap up this part, I want to go back to something we touched on earlier. You know, the source material mentions that the original Lemurian teachings are no longer in existence.
Oh, God, right.
They've been corrupted over time.
Corrupted and lost, yeah.
So if the original teachings are lost,
right,
how can we be sure?
Yeah, how do we know?
That what's being presented.
Yeah. In these messages and texts.
Right. How do we know what's real?
Is accurate.
Yeah. That's the question.
How do we sift through the layers of interpretation and potential distortion?
To find the truth.
To find that core truth of Lemuria.
That's a great question.
And one that we'll need to explore further.
Definitely.
It's been quite a journey so far.
I really have.
Exploring Lemuria and Telos.
Yeah.
Uncovering all these concepts.
Yeah, we found some interesting stuff.
And grappling with the challenge of discerning truth from potential distortions.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do we know what's real?
It's like we're trying to piece together.
It's like a puzzle.
This ancient puzzle.
Yeah.
But we're missing some pieces.
And some of the pieces might not even belong.
Right, exactly.
It's a common dilemma, though, isn't it?
It is.
When we're looking at ancient wisdom traditions, so much can get lost.
Yeah.
Or misinterpreted over time.
And in this case,
the source material even says that the original Lemurian teachings are no longer in existence.
They're gone.
So how do we navigate this?
That's the question.
How can we be sure
how do we know
that the information we're receiving, even through the channeled messages or translated texts, is accurate?
How do we know if it's the real deal?
And aligned with the true essence of Lemuria.
It's tough.
It is tough.
Well, maybe we can approach it by looking for common threads, recurring themes that show up consistently.
So look for patterns.
Yeah, look for the things that keep popping up.
Okay.
Does the information align with what we already know about other ancient wisdom traditions or spiritual principles?
So does it fit?
Yeah, does it fit with
the bigger picture?
With what we already understand about the world?
Oh.
And does it resonate with you? Does it feel right in your heart?
So trusting our own intuition.
That inner knowing.
That inner guidance system.
Yeah, your gut feeling.
So it's about looking for those universal truths that transcend time and cultural differences.
The things that are true.
But also trusting
your gut.
Our own inner guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, discernment is a process.
It is.
It's not something you do once and you're done.
Right.
It's something you have to do over and over again.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
Not a destination.
But might have resonated with you at one point. Might not resonate with you later on.
Right.
Or it might take on a whole new meaning.
It's about staying open.
Yeah, stay open.
To new perspectives, but also being discerning.
But also think for yourself.
I have to admit, this idea that the original teachings are lost.
It's kind of a bummer, isn't it?
It is a bummer.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder.
It does make you wonder.
Is there a way to reclaim that lost wisdom?
That's a good question.
Is it possible to reconnect with that true essence of Lemuria, even if the original texts are gone?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
It is.
I don't know if there's an easy answer.
Yeah.
But maybe instead of trying to recover something that's lost, maybe we can focus on embodying the principles that resonate with us.
So those core values.
Yeah, those core values.
Of harmony, love, connection, and unity that seem to be at the heart.
At the heart of Lemuria.
Of the Lemurian ideal.
Yeah.
So it's not about recreating the past.
No.
But it's about bringing those timeless principles into the present.
Into the present. Allowing them to guide us as we create a new future.
It's all about creating something new.
It's not about looking back.
No.
It's about moving forward.
Yeah. That's a powerful shift in perspective.
It is a powerful shift.
And remember, the sources say that this merging of worlds, this emergence of a new Lemuria, is a co-creative process.
We're all in this together.
It's not something that's just going to happen. It's something we are actively participating in.
We're making it happen.
So each act of kindness, each moment of connection.
Every time you choose love.
Each choice we make that aligns with those Lemurian values contributes to this grand vision.
It all adds up.
We're not just passive observers. Right. We are co-creators.
We're other creators.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has been.
We've explored the history and mythology of Lemuria.
Yeah.
Delved into the mysteries of Telos.
We went deep.
Met some pretty cool beings.
Did. Adama.
Celestia and...
Even Antharis the dragon.
Antharis the dragon.
We've wrestled with these challenges of discerning truth and reclaiming lost wisdom.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride.
It has.
Hasn't it?
It has.
We might not have all the answers, but hopefully we've gained a deeper understanding of the Lemurian ideal.
Absolutely.
And how it can inspire us
as we navigate this complex world we live in.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Lemuria and Telos, we invite you to continue exploring.
Keep going.
What sparked your curiosity?
What stood out to you?
What resonated with your soul?
Yeah, what felt right.
And how will you bring these principles into your life and contribute to creating a more harmonious world?
Yeah, it's up to all of us.
Remember, the journey continues.
The journey never ends. You are an important part.
Or an integral part of that journey.
Yeah.
Your choices matter.
Your choices matter.
Your energy matters.
Your energy matters. The world needs your unique gifts.
It does.
And your willingness to embody those Lemurian qualities of love, compassion, and unity.
Yeah, we need you.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
We hope it's inspired you to connect with your own inner Lemurian.
Find that Lemurian within.
And to play an active role.
Get out there and make a difference.
In creating a brighter future.
Yeah.
For yourself and for all beings.
Oh, everyone.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning.
And keep shining your light.
Did you get any of that?